Hello, in this short lecture we'll discuss about magic literals. This is small numbers that you may introduce in all your codes, but that are important in fact. So the idea is to think about setters and getters, of course, and customization of these little numbers or little constants in your code. Let's have a look at this case study. For example, here in this code, in the node class, I have a specific number there. And the idea is, how can I provide a mean for programmers to change this number in subclasses or outside of this code? I can provide a way to customize this value. So the simple solution could be to introduce a new instance variable, %, and now use it directly in the code. And then I need to provide an initialization for this variable. So in the initialize method, I can directly initialize the % value to 55. It was the value that was there before. I can also add a setter method. And now what I have is that I provide a way for clients to directly customize this value from the external of the subject. I can create a new node and set this value to 55 or 70. But how can we provide a way for subclasses to provide a default value for this percentage? And the idea is to define a hook one time again. So I can provide a default %, and I can refactor now my initialization of my object and say, okay, the default value is computed by a self-sum. And the good properties of this solution is that now in subclasses, I can override the value by redefining the initialize. I can override just the default value by overriding the default %, but also clients. It means that code that will instantiate this class can use the setter to define its own value. And I can also reuse the default value if I want. So this is a really nice solution that combines both the initialization, the setter, and the default hook for the default value. As a conclusion, what is important and the key message is that you should not hard-code constants in your code. You should extract them at least in hooks. And then you should let clients customize these values in setters or redefine default values in hooks, in subclasses. Another solution would be to use shared pool, for example, in Pharos, because it allows you to reuse these values among a whole hierarchy.